the limited run physical version of the Dominus collection is out. And boy, do I have some news straight from limited run games. And we're also going to talk about the Konami stuff too that Konami put on their store. There's a ton to talk about. And I don't know necessarily if you guys are going to agree with me or disagree with me. So after this video, leave a comment down below. But let's get into it. The Dominus collection, if you haven't heard, contains all the DS games. We got Dawn of Sorrow, we got Portrait of Ruin, and Order of Ecclesia. It's got a bonus Haunted Castle on there, and the Haunted Castle Reimagined. I talk about it in a previous video that I did, and I gotta say, this is a great collection. Again, I'm going back to what I said when that video came out. I finally had a chance to download it. I played Haunted Castle Reimagined. It is fantastic. It is so good. It is what Haunted Castle always should have been. It feels arcadey, but it also is like a great reimagining. But that's for another time. I'm probably gonna eventually do something. I don't know, maybe a review or I don't know, something. So let's talk about what's in the limited run games collection. There's the standard version, which I think is like, what, $39.99. Comes with just the game. You can pick from 3 different covers. And I'll put like what systems it's all available for. I'll put all the pictures up so you guys can see it. After that, we've got the more like deluxe classic edition that's going to be coming out too. And that one I think is $69.99, and that comes with a poster, comes with a small like sampler soundtrack. Honestly, I gotta say, I think they need to redo the classic editions. I think that they need to look at these and be like, are these selling? Are these doing very well? Now, there's another version that's coming out that's $199. So they upped the price from the previous advanced collections, which I think were about either $159 or $179. I think the original was $159 for the anniversary and $179. So they've been steadily upping the prices on these. But I want to say this is potentially one of the best yet, in all honesty, for what you get. So of course you get to, I believe they give you all 3 of the different covers. You get like a deluxe box, you get a steel book, you get posters. There's, I believe, 2 posters that you get, or it's maybe the same poster and it's like reversed. Again, everything will be here laid out as you can see on the screen. So I'm just kind of rattling off some of the cool stuff that you can get. Of course, the Shadow Box is back. It's got Shanoa on there from Order of Ecclesia. Most likely they're gonna play an Order of Ecclesia tune when you press the button. It'll be, I don't know, probably like Ebony Wings. You know, most likely it's going to be Ebony Wings if I had to guess. I would be kind of shocked. I will say that's one of the things that, looking back on the Advanced Collection, I'm kind of like, why? You've got a picture of Soma on there and you're playing a Circle of the Moon track? Like, what? But yeah, I digress. I still liked it. Is what it is. So now, you also get a 5 CD soundtrack, which is the full soundtrack for the trilogy of games. And this is the most important part in my opinion, because it does not have the Haunted Castle or Haunted Castle Reimagined soundtracks on it. And I got the scoop directly from Josh from Limited Run Games. I reached out on Twitter and asked, because I was like, I need to do a video on this, but I need to find out before I get super excited for this, whether or not it's got the Haunted Castle Reimagined soundtrack or the Haunted Castle soundtrack. And it doesn't have either, unfortunately. So to confirm right here, right now, Haunted Castle Reimagined is not getting a print on disc through Limited Run Games in this collection. Maybe separately, who knows, but yeah, it's not coming, unfortunately. I guess Reimagined, I mean, I'll show you the tweets here for the conversation that we had, but essentially they started working on this long before Haunted Castle Reimagined was even a thing, I guess. So I'm curious on that, because Haunted Castle Reimagined, it must have had a very short development cycle if that's the case, because you got to figure this has been in the works for at least a year, right? So does that mean that Konami didn't tell them about it within, I don't know. There's nothing on this whole collection that has anything to do with Haunted Castle Reimagined or Haunted Castle. Nothing. It's just the DS games pretty much. So that's a bit of a bummer, unfortunately. Some people would consider that like a deal breaker, like a make or break. It really is disappointing that we're not getting that soundtrack. It's actually by Chibi Tech, I found out, because I'm looking at the credits when I finished the game, and I was like, who did the music on this? And I'm looking it up. I figured it was maybe like Manabu no Miki. It didn't sound like Manabu no Miki, but I knew it was M2, and he had done the soundtrack to Castlevania The Adventure Rebirth. So I'm sitting there like, who did this soundtrack? And a name came up that I was like, who is this? Turns out it was Chibi Tech. It was like, that's their handle. Yeah. And she's been like super great talking on Twitter about this. I'd love to get an interview with her. I'd love to find out a little bit more about her process and everything. Maybe that's a next VGM radio interview. Who knows? But anyways, yeah. So let's talk a little bit about what else this comes with. It comes with acrylic standees. It comes with a special light up version of Julius doing the Holy Cross thing, where he's got his arms spread and the fire shoots up. It's really cool. And it's also got, let me think about this, there's some stupid tchotchke keychains in there too, of just like the game covers, which again, I really wish that they would just listen and not create those, because I don't know a single person that's like, I really want this. However, there is one tchotchke in there. Aside from the map, there's also the maps too. Jeremy Parrish is back to do the maps, which I'm like, cool. That was really cool in the advanced game collection that I did a video on a while back. But the coolest and funniest and awesomest thing in this collection, in my opinion, is they're including a Jonathan Charlotte keychain, which I'm assuming you press the button and it goes, Jonathan Charlotte, just like in Portrait. So I'm really stoked for that. I'm really excited. That'll be a lot of fun. So we'll see when it comes out. I'll obviously do a video on it. I'm probably gonna buy it within this time period, like within the next month. You've got a month to pre-order whichever version you end up getting. I'm a little disappointed in the increase in price, but at the same time, it looks like they're offering a little bit more. I mean, you're getting the shadow box, but you're also getting a second light up thing. So I'm wondering if that's where the financial difference is in that light up thing, you know, an extra $20. So who knows? But, you know, I gotta say, looking at this whole collection, everything that they're offering, no art book, kind of a bummer. No Haunted Castle Reimagined or Haunted Castle, kind of a bummer. But then again, I gotta say, like, there's some cool stuff in this one. I think, in all honesty, I think it's a lot better than the other two Advanced Collection and the Anniversary Collection, Ultimate Collection. So we'll see. When it comes out, I'll do a video on it. But other than that, I wanted to talk briefly about Konami. Konami also released a variant of this version, and I gotta say, I vastly prefer, if I was just going stock, if I was just getting a game, like just the game, not the Ultimate Collection, I'd probably get Konami's version. It's a really fancy red cover, and it's like got like the grayish kind of, you know, grayish blackish versions of the characters kind of like planted in there. It's really cool. I do really like it. I like it with the red. I think it looks really snazzy, almost as if the red's like almost like a shimmery red. I don't know if they're putting like a special effect on the actual, you know, in cover. I'm not sure, but it looks cool. But that's just the stock game. So if you want the stock game and you don't want to go through limited run, you have another option directly through Konami, which is really cool. Secondly, Konami released a bunch of merch on their site, and I gotta say, I'm really disappointed in the merch. It's kind of sad. They're releasing a shirt which has all the characters from, all the main heroes from the games, from the DS collection, but it's like black. It's like black and white, and that's it. Now, like separate from that, Fangamer is doing a really cool shirt that has drawings of those characters that's completely separate. It's more like fan done, you know, fan created, rather than, you know, it being drawn by the actual original artist. It's like they took the original sprites, or not sprites, it's like they took the original art from the covers and took that and slapped it on a t-shirt. Instead, Fangamer actually, they redrew the characters, whoever the artist is. So that's really cool. I think that those are a lot cooler, in my opinion. I would go with the Fangamer shirt over the Konami shirt. Both are, I think, similarly priced at like $39.99. So either way, that's a really expensive t-shirt. So I might go for the Fangamer one, but man, that's a lot. I mean, to give you an idea, this Just Belmont shirt that I'm wearing right here is from the Yeti, and I think I paid like $16 plus shipping. So I don't know, guys. I don't know. And these shirts, I always get compliments on these shirts. In fact, today I was getting ice cream with my daughter, with my oldest daughter, and the girl behind the counter was like, "What's that from?" And I was like, "Oh, Castlevania." And she was like, "Oh, I love that anime." And I went, "Oh, girl!" And I exploded into tiny little me's and ran around, and then I recollected myself like Evil Dead style, Army of Darkness style. Yeah, so that was sad. But anyways, Konami also released some posters, 2 posters, one which was like 3 posters in like one collection, which was, I think, $24.99. Again, pictures will be on the screen. And then there's another photo or poster that has all the characters together, and it's called a jumbo poster, and that looks great. That looks pretty cool. Other than that, there really wasn't much else. We had a lot better options when Limited Run did some cool shirts and memorabilia. I mean, you remember the trading cards, the Switch case, all that was really cool. I'm a little bummed that they didn't go with some more stuff like that, you know, the skateboard and all that type of stuff. I thought that's cool. I think it's different than just like a shirt, a poster, you know, just like really bland stuff. They had a desktop mouse pad, I think, as well. And they've got a bunch of other stuff on their website for Castlevania. A lot of it's pretty old, you know, a lot of it's a little older. But that's about it. I'm not really impressed with Konami's site at this point. It's a little bit of a bummer that they didn't go with some different stuff other than just like a t-shirt, a mouse pad, blah, blah, blah. You know, like, where's the cool keychains? I don't know. Maybe they didn't want to, like, you know, step on their, you know, toes or whatever. I don't know. Where's like some cooler stuff that's unique to Konami? Playing cards. That was cool. I don't know. So Konami still has some cool stuff on their site, but like a lot of their stuff's overpriced. Like some of their pins are like way expensive and they don't even look that great. So they've got some cool t-shirts on there, but these ones that they added just don't do it for me. So I'm probably gonna skip out on all that stuff. But that's it. That was the news today for the physical release of the Dominus collection. Let me know down in the comments below which version you're going to get. Are you going to get just the base version? And if so, you getting it from Limited Run or Konami? Are you getting the Classic Edition? Do you feel that Classic Editions need to be revamped a little bit? Are they worth the money? And also, who's getting the Ultimate Collection? Let me know down in the comments below. As always, thanks so much for watching my channel. Subscribe. I don't know why I have to ask you to do that, but they tell me that I need to. They, as in the overlords at YouTube. So subscribe if you'd like, or don't. Doesn't matter to me. And we'll see you for a new video at some point in the near future. So, peace.